Hey, what's up, fam? It's your boy Rose, and I'm here with my boy
Buff the Animal. What's up?
Welcome to the Buff and Rose podcast. There it is. We episode 22. Wow. What's up, brother?
Yo, what's good, man? What's good?
Definitely. Not much. We here today, episode 22, about to record an episode. We're actually recording this live on Instagram Live. Go to BuffnROSE.com if you're out there. Well, I guess you out there, you could check it out after the fact, see a little video. But we got a special guest today. Definitely you heard him out here with us before. My cousin, Buff's boy, Big WiLLs. What's up, brother?
What's going on, brothers? How's everything?
Everything's good, man. Everything's good. People have been asking about you since last you was on.
Hell yeah. People was loving you on it.
Yeah, it's been like 10 episodes and stuff, man.
You know, I've been laying low in the pandemic, so you know, but I'm happy to be here.
That's what's up, man.
No doubt. Well, a lot has been going on since last time the three of us have talked. Lots been going on since last time Buff and I talked. So we're gonna get right into it. So what's up, Buff? R. Kelly.
Oh yeah, that dude. Time is up, man. Time is up. I mean, he's gonna be on underneath the jail.
They went way back.
Yeah,
they got him for his Aaliyah stuff.
Yeah. it's a rap. Robert Kelly. It's a rap. It's a rap. I can't refer to you to your R&B name no more. Robert Kelly, lock the fuck up.
Well, you know, I mean, so far, so just let y'all know, I mean, R. Kelly, everybody know he's been in jail, but he got convicted this week.
Yes,
right?
indeed.
So more than likely, he's gonna do some real time. You know, but I mean, you know, it's funny though, because I mean, ain't it funny how you're like, nobody like mentions him anymore in the music industry.
Nah.
You know,
his music is definitely not getting low.
No doubt. I was watching Drink Champs, and they had Ja Rule on there this week, and he was talking about when him and Fat Joe did the little verses joint. He was like, him and Joe talked ahead of time, like, hey, you know, are you gonna play your R. Kelly joints? And Joe was like, nah, dog, I can't play the R. Kelly joints. And Ja Rule was like, yeah, me neither. So it's kind of interesting the way that went down. But you know, it's funny because these things have been things that have plagued the music industry for like decades. You know, when you think about other artists that have dated younger, did crazy shit. I mean, it's been around the industry for a minute.
Oh yeah.
You know, very Lewis.
Yeah, you know, so it just seems like, you know, ours, I mean, dude's guilty. If he's guilty, he need to get whatever's coming to him. But it seemed like, you know, he's really taking the rap for years and years of shit that was going down in this industry. Yeah. And he's like the first one, like really taking the fall for it. But he was on some other shit though. Like, you ever seen any of the documentaries out there?
His documentaries on him, or
yeah, like Surviving R. Kelly, and all this other stuff.
Yeah, I seen some of them joints, and I was like, I was watching with my wife. I kept saying like, yo, where these girls' dads at, man? Do they have fathers? I mean, what the hell?
Whole other story, yo.
Because I mean, I'd be straight murking somebody over some shit like that. It was my daughter, you know. But I mean, I don't know the circumstances with them though. But still, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And his wife, you know, the woman that he was actually married to, she was talking about how he used to lock her in the basement and she couldn't talk to nobody. But at the same time, she was on some sort of reality show, I remember, and she was not talking that stuff then. You know, so I mean, I don't know.
That's when you give up your soul for the money, yo.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
Bro, what's your thoughts, Big
But
Will?
look, you said he had it locked in the basement?
Yeah, he had it locked in the basement or locked in some room.
Made songs called "Trapped in the Closet." That's how art imitates life. Like,
Yeah. He was notorious for you think of all the songs he had. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. He was probably the main character in every one of those songs.
As a writer, he was a genius as a writer, but I mean, it's kind of crazy though, how all the years that people knew. I mean, we talking like since Aaliyah, people knew dude was a little weird.
Yeah.
And it's like nobody cared, but when you look at it, when his victims were mainly Black women.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, look at all the Black women that has disappeared over the last few years, right? Nobody said anything. Nobody was making a big deal about it. And then what is it in the news? This white woman disappeared like last week. You saw that?
Oh yeah, they
it's all over the news.
All over the news.
Yo, it's like countrywide manhunt, like looking.
Yeah.
Like, wow, but I mean, and look, I'm not saying like they shouldn't look for this woman. Of course, we want this woman returned safely. We want her.
But Black Lives Matter too.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And people don't get that. Like, I think if people would have added the TOO to the end of Black Lives Matter, maybe they would have gotten it. But but we shouldn't even have to do all that. It should just be, known. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, common sense is not very common these days. So
these days, not really. But I mean, it's a strange world we live in, man. Strange world we live in. But I mean, a lot of things have been changing up over the last few years. One of the things is UFO sightings.
Oh yeah, it's just getting crazy, man.
The government has come out. First Obama a couple of years ago released that UFOs are real. He said it in the news, like UFOs are real. He can't really talk about it.
Yeah.
But he said, there are some things that are unexplained. And then Trump had said some stuff.
Yeah.
And then over the last year or so, the government's been releasing a lot of information, not only on UFOs, but other supernatural, phenomenon and stuff. I know Will got a lot of information on that.
Yeah, I want to hear Will's. I want to hear Will. What he think about all this craziness, man?
Hold on and let me adjust my tinfoil hat. The Department of Justice had acknowledged that some videos of some flying pyramids were recorded by Navy employees or soldiers or whatever they referred to them, which is horrible. My father and grandfather are both Navy men, but they were reported by Navy personnel. There we go. And so like that was more acknowledgement than they've done in a long time. But there's also like declassified stuff that speaks to them, and there's stuff that's been leaked on the internet. Look up the Majestic 12 if you want to go down the rabbit hole, anybody. That's a good thing to look at. Also, Google Ronald Reagan's debriefings at Kennebunkport.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very interesting stuff about alien disclosure and stuff like that. But take it all with a grain of salt. But it's very interesting. And I guess is it time for disclosure? You think it's happening, or are we going to be praying to our new masters soon?
I don't know, bro.
Well, a lot of things in the world have kind of changed up to where people looking for that's savior, so to speak. So if there was ever a time for alien race to make themselves visible, it's like now. Like we got all this media, social media, all these things happening. We got a pandemic in the middle of a pandemic that don't seem like it's ever going to end. We got a lot of mistrust of governments and different things of that nature. So, it seems like, if someone was to come down from the heavens and say, look, there's a better way. I mean, like
come down like, hey, I'm doing free anal probes.
That'd be a no for me.
That's not a better way.
Not a better way at all. Sorry.
But like low key, they probably live amongst us. Like, I mean, we say it jokingly, but like, who's to say that they weren't responsible or even part of that first technological wave back in early humanity? Because there were civilizations that existed on this planet that were more technically advanced than we are now.
Yeah.
And in the last 100 years, we've ramped up a lot. But, are we reverse engineering old technology, or is this technology, once again seeded from somewhere else? Or, there's so many questions that lie unanswered just because the relative nature of governments loving to keep information from people. Like, there's a lot of stuff that
Oh yeah. They only release like little pieces of things out, every few years. They spoon feed us. That's how they make their money.
Out we're all Supermen.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think you got some information from CIA and stuff that's been leaked, or not even leaked. It was released about some things to that point, right?
Yeah, if you Google CIA, the Gateway Project, it'll normally come up. They have a declassified area, and generally that's all you need for Google to populate it in the search. And it speaks to the gateway process and how people are able to leave the body per se and go to the astral plane.
Yeah, I've read about that, about people be able to like do out of body traveling and stuff and go to the moon and all types of stuff. It's craziness, man. Will, you ever heard of what is that guy's name? Dr. Steve Garr, I think his name. He did that documentary called The Unacknowledged. I've seen that. That joint blew my mind away. I was like, this is crazy.
What was it about?
Just unacknowledged, like just basically about the UFOs, and then how you can actually make contact with extraterrestrials yourself. Just from meditation and stuff. And then he actually has videos of them like sitting in a circle and just meditating and doing like out of body like meditation to like to make these. Yeah, it's just like they show like while they was doing this, like UFOs was appearing above them, and he'll just take his little laser pointer and circle around them, and then that light would just shine right on. It's crazy, dude. You got to check it out, man. The Unacknowledged. I think it's on YouTube, and I think it's also on Prime.
Okay.
And I think he also has another documentary. I think it's called was it Close Encounter of the Fifth Kind, or it's Sixth Kind? I think it was Close Encounter of the Fifth Kind. But you check it out, man. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of documentaries on YouTube. I've seen a couple on Netflix with like straight official military dudes like talking it up, like things that they've seen, things that they know. Look, I think it's very arrogant of us to believe that we're the only folks, in this whole universe, right? The thing that I question is it technology that allows them to travel as far as they can travel? I don't know yet. But I mean, when you think about it, a lot of the things that have been cited, it hasn't been anything that, it's been mostly abstract, like nothing concrete that you can touch. So I think that maybe they're making contact in different ways, maybe astral projection, maybe, some other ways But I don't know if they physically have been able to travel here, because the technology needed for that is way advanced, like 10 times over what we can do now. But I mean, for a civilization to be able to make that happen, I mean, it's kind of interesting. So, that's neither here nor there, but definitely some interesting stuff to think about. But when you think about some of these UFOs and stuff like that, even a lot of the other stuff we talked about, you kind of wonder, what really is out there, right? I mean, it's a crazy time, and I mean, our technology is making leaps and bounds, and you just never know.
Well, the only thing that's out there is Will Smith and Jada Kiss out there, not Jada Kiss, Jada out there whoring around, whoring everybody, whoring them out,
alien sex,
smashing everybody.
They on everything, ain't it?
And
like men and some black aliens,
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Will Smith got on GQ with an interview this week, and basically he admitted, came public with him and his wife got a open relationship. They don't believe in boundaries or being prisoners to their love.
I think he came out saying it because he felt like he got embarrassed by Jada.
Oh, you talking about with August?
The same way, like
August Alsina?
Yeah, he's like, so I'm fucking other bitches too.
Yeah, he was trying to save face after that.
That's what he did. That's what he did.
There was a lot of memes made off of that episode. Like,
yeah, how pathetic he looked. Like, he was crying.
And then dude cried.
Yeah. He cried. Like, who knew Will Smith was a couple?
Dude, the whole family's weird, man. Down to the kids, they strange as shit, man. All of them, real strange. It's bugged out.
I mean, I can't really speak to how strange they are, but what I can say is that, I mean, it is what it is.
Strange as fuck.
There's
That's
a
what
lot
it
of
is.
people. There's a lot of people out there that live their lifestyle that we don't hear about.
Yeah.
And I'm not speaking against that lifestyle. I mean, it's like, if two people can have a relationship and they both know what it is they're getting into, and they want to bring other people in their relationship, but they realize what's true and what's real.
Yeah.
And that's on them. They're adults.
But why? But why get married though? Why don't y'all can be boyfriend and girlfriend and still do that shit? Why even go to that extra level of?
And this is where
so-called commitment and still run around. Won't you just?
Well,
be cool, be together. We're together, but we messing around. But why even get married? Why?
Well, there's two answers to that. On one level, it's just could be because they just want to fuck who they want to fuck and do what they want to do.
But they can do that just being together.
True, but at the same time,
they could start one way.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Preserve the marriage.
Yeah, I guess so.
The other way.
But also though, it does take a certain level of maturity to say, okay, you're my life partner and I want to be with you, but I still don't want any boundaries on, my needs. And if I feel like, my needs can be met over here, but I still want to come home to you. And if you're good with that, then I mean, I know it sounds crazy.
You don't mind being the old bologna in the refrigerator. I go out and get some salami and everything else.
But I'll be real, I mean, I've never been a, cheating type of dude, but I'll be real though. Sometimes when you go outside of your situation, it makes you really realize what you really have.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah.
So it's like, if you go on, so think of it like this, and we're talking about two high profile people. We're talking about Will Smith, probably arguably one of the highest paid actors in entertainment history, right? And then you're talking about Jada Pinkett. Professionally hasn't really done a whole lot,
No, so that's why she's doing
But
this red table bullshit.
but she's beautiful woman, and you know, can have any dude she wants, right? So when you look at the two of them, and you're like, okay, they can literally have anybody, but they want to be with each other, and they still want everybody, right?
Yeah.
I mean, can you question that? Like, you, I mean, they're living a lifestyle we're not in.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, they're living a lifestyle we're not in.
Yeah, they strange as shit. Strange.
Do they bring people into the relationship? Can you have like, you know, a plus one in the marriage?
I think you would say like a plus size one.
You know, I'll be real. I believe they be keeping this stuff separate because I'm gonna be real, yo. I can't imagine Will sitting there watching some other dude break off one Jada.
But dude, let me ask you this: you don't think this is like affecting the? I mean, has affected the kids?
Of course.
You know, they're like.
I mean, of course. I mean, you got. I mean,
kids are as free as they get.
True, and those kids are making their own money, and they're very creative, and they're doing their things, and look, I'm sure they're proud of their kids. Their kids are, you know, products of them, you know, but their kids are afforded to be able to live that lifestyle. So whereas you and I, if in our lifestyles, if we try to do some shit like that, yo, we'd be condemned, you know, for our kids, you know, having kids in a situation like that. But so, when you have money,
so do you think it's the money or do you think it's the fame?
I think it's both. I think it's both. I mean, you know,
but what you think? I think is more so the fame than anything else that poisons.
Well, yeah, because
there's rich people, there's people with a lot of money that's just walking around that you wouldn't even know about.
So look, you know, as long as Will and Jada are together, people will use this to normalize that lifestyle. Now, when they break up, then people will say, "Oh, it's because of that lifestyle that broke them up."
Well, they've been together forever, so
yeah, I mean they've been together. They raised two adults. Yeah, so. They got adult children now. You know, so I mean, you know, it's one of those things. Whereas, I mean, it ain't for me, but I can see how it would be for them.
Yeah.
You know, like if I was Will Smith and I had Will Smith money and I know I could go out here and knock off any chick out here and my wife didn't care.
I mean, you're going to do it. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Like,
of course.
Like there's no consequences.
My thing is like, it seemed like a waste of time to even marry them. You know, why even get married?
Because ultimately, they look at each other as life partners. They look at each other like, okay, this is the man I want to be with. This is the woman I want to be with. And, you know, at the end of the day, that's what's up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense. It makes sense to them, you know, so it is what it is.
But, you know, it's like this, man. Nothing goes down unless the woman allows it to happen, right? Yeah. So, I mean, you know, we could come with that shit all day. Like, I think we should be in an open relationship. But I mean, at the end of the day, it always falls on the women. And speaking of women, you know, is it me? Or, I mean, it's what, 2021? To me, it just seems like a lot of women out here today, and excuse me, ladies, not trying to say anything too crazy, but yo, why are women so hard?
So hard? What do you mean,
like, yo, like, I just feel like women are not feminine anymore.
You think they all butchy now or something? That's what you saying?
I mean, I'm just saying, you know, I know it's 2021.
But I mean, what you're saying is true, because I've been saying for the longest time, like, it's like the roles of the sexes is just like has changed up immensely. Like, a man can't be too masculine nowadays, because if you're too masculine, you're a homophobe or
you're toxic
or something, or you know what I'm saying? It's something very negative. It's like a full frontal attack on masculinity. You know, I mean, look at rap music now. Look at that shit. you know, and music in general is like overly sexualized now. You know, it's the whole new world that, you know, I don't want no part of, you know?
Well, all I can say is, look, I'm all for women making money. I'm all for them building businesses. I'm all
Yeah.
for that. But it seems like the roles have changed in the sense that,
Oh, yeah.
and maybe it's just younger women. I don't know. But I mean, they all about getting their money, getting their bread.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong
And
with that, you know?
yeah,
Nothing
but
wrong with that
it's
at
like
all.
they look at dudes like, like almost like a reversal of roles. Like, yo,
Like, you gotta
like
stay home and watch the kids. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay home, watch the kids. I
well,
make the money.
I
You
mean,
know?
but look at some of these dudes out here. I mean, and maybe it's just generational. I mean, maybe I need to like
I
look
guess.
at it like that. Like they wearing these nut hugger tight
Yeah,
ass
man.
pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other day I seen this one couple pulled up at the gas station. The chick got out the car and filled the tank up while the dude was in the passenger seat. I
Yeah,
was like, what the fuck is going on
Who
nowadays?
raised them? But you know what? Maybe that's what happens when the guys don't see a dad or a father figure to emulate how a man should treat a woman.
I
So if they
and
guess.
set it,
on the opposite end, these women
the women supposed to
raised without a dad in the household, they don't know how they should be treated.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. I mean, like I can tell you of dates that I've been on and going out in the past and having situations where I try to open the door for a chick and the chick
You get
fight me to
mad.
open the door. Like
You
what?
get
She's
mad.
like, "What you
Yep.
doing?" I'm like, "I'm opening the door for
Yep.
you." Like,
Yep.
what's wrong with you? Like,
Or you just happen to walk down the street and you say good morning to somebody and she looks at you like you're crazy. I'm like, bitch, I'm not trying
yo,
to holler at you. I'm just trying to be
right,
polite.
just trying to be polite, yo. Like, yo, if I'm in an elevator with somebody, I'm gonna say hello. I don't care if you Halle Berry. I don't care who you are. I'm gonna say, hey, how you doing? And I'm gonna just keep it moving. It ain't about me trying to get in your pants. You know,
Yeah.
it's
I
just
yeah, I got a good story, but go ahead, man.
well,
Something like
nah. I
that.
mean, I just feel like it's just real crazy. Like I could tell you times that yo, me just being trying to be like a nice dude, like
They you don't want no nice
like
dudes.
you be calling chick try to be like, oh, you thirsty,
Yeah, you a
and
sucker for being a nice dude. You a sucker.
right, like come on. And it's funny because a lot of attractive women or people, at least they think they're attractive, but they probably not. But
They think
they
attractive.
talk about how dudes don't approach them. Well, why would we?
Nah,
Because I mean, if I
listen.
say hi, you gonna
You get
think
an
I'm trying to
attitude.
holler.
You get an attitude. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. But what's your story? What you got to say?
Oh man, it was just like years ago when I was probably like my early 20s working at a part-time gig. It's back in New York. And spot was called Caldors
Yeah,
and
I remember
whatnot. And
Cowdoors. Yeah.
yeah, long time ago. Them joints shut down now. But anyway, I was working down in the aisle or whatever because I was doing like overnight stock or whatever. And every morning when the store opened up around like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, people, the employees started coming in, right? And this one particular lady, she always walked down the aisle I worked in, right? And I used to always say good morning to her. Not trying to holler at her, just that's the way I was raised. I mean, you like 5 feet away from me. I'm gonna say hi or good morning to you, man, woman, child, whatever. Say good morning to her, and she would never say anything. She would just walk right by me, don't say nothing, right?
Right.
So one morning, I spilled some detergent by accident down the aisle, right? Clean it up as best I can, but it was very slippery, right? Store opened up. I said, you know what? I'm gonna say good morning to her. If she says good morning back to me, I'm gonna be like, hey, look out. If she don't say nothing to me, I'm gonna let this shit ride out. Right. So she was coming down the aisle. I said, hey, how you doing? Good morning. She didn't say a word to me. I was like, okay, let's put this in motion. She kept going. She passed right by me. I just stood there and just watched. She stepped right into that spot. Her feet went straight up in the air, landed right on her ass. I said, well, it looks like you having a good morning. And I walked off. Simple as that. So it pays to be, polite to people,
Yo, and I mean, that's all it takes. I mean, now don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's chicks out there that, and I'm sorry to refer to them as chicks, but I'm sure that there's women out there that, get hit on every day, but I mean, not everybody's out to get whatever. Not everybody's out for that. You know what I'm saying? What you think about that, Big Will?
I don't know. I think if there's a point, in a woman's life when she just hits critical mass, when she's tired of getting approached, she might just kirk out on every dude that comes her way. And,
yeah.
I feel in a world as tough as it is, it's hard for women to put their guard down. There's a lot of fuckery out here.
Oh yeah.
And, you
right.
have to stay guarded in today's world, but ideally we can get to a place where everybody can be neighborly and kind, and back to the village type situation we used to have back in the day, where you could say hi. And
yeah.
But you remember, like, back in the day when you was probably like 16, 17, and maybe even a little older than that, and you just had real cute girls that was like feminine, like just giggled, and you talk to them and they talk back, and even if they weren't interested, they still gave you the respect of just being another person in the world trying to make it. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
just saying.
Growing up in New York, like we have, especially in the Bronx,
right
that was the only time they were like that in their lives. Like, that was before the Bronx hardened them. They were like, they were the equivalent of soft-shelled crabs. They were just.
Now the chicks be like, suck my dick.
Yeah. Took your head off with the claws,
Yeah,
man. I mean, I feel you. But I'm just saying, it's like, you meet a lot of women these days, and it's just like, I'm in my late 40s now, right? So I mean, I'm meeting women of all ages, just on the humbug, just being out here in the world.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's just very interesting, their outlook on how they don't need men, and how they don't, it's just very different. The world is just very different right now.
Oh yeah. I mean, on a lot of levels it's different too, and it's going to take a lot adjustment to it.
Yeah, true indeed. But that's just it's all about what's out there, what can happen, what if this happened, or what if that didn't happen. But speaking of what if, y'all been checking out What If on Disney Plus?
Yeah, dude, I think it's pretty dope. Yeah. It's pretty dope. I see y'all seen the last one it did. I think it was like the party Thor. If like Thor didn't grow up with Loki.
Yeah.
I like how I mean, I talked to a few people. They said, "Oh, that shit was corny." I said, "Nah, that shit wasn't. That shit ain't corny." We're just saying. I mean, because that's how really Thor is. Underneath him being a warrior and shit like that, he's a goofy kind of character and shit. And if he didn't have Loki, growing
keep
up,
him on his toes, right?
Yeah, keep him on his toes. Yeah, exactly. Keep him on his toes, and being betrayed and all the other shit. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't really have a serious side to him. So it was pretty cool to actually see like that side of the window. Because I mean, the show is called What If.
Right.
You know what I mean? And this is what you get if this happened, if this didn't happen.
Right. Yeah, man. It was very, very interesting to see the dynamics of the show, knowing like their relationship in the movies and how it was. And like they grew up they had a kind of close relationship, but Loki always felt less than Thor. And then, you know, you see in this new world, Loki was raised as a prince in his own right with his own people, and him and Thor were closer than ever, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like they were closer than ever, but Thor kind of became this kind of like, kind of like clueless asshole dude.
Yeah.
And Loki was just like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, man.
You know, he was asking Jade, you got a girlfriend you could hook me up with?
It was hilarious. I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, but
I
what
really,
about that ending?
but then it was pretty dope. It's pretty dope. I mean, dude, I freaking Disney got the formula, man, for these superhero movies. They got it. They got it. You know, I don't care what anyone say. I was very skeptical. Rose, you know how upset I was when I heard like Disney got Marvel. I was like, oh shit, it's gonna be like Mickey Mouse dancing in the rain in this fucking shits.
Yeah, I mean,
Dope.
I feel you. But you know, I mean, DC, they doing their thing. Have you been watching Titans?
No, I haven't seen it, but I seen Titans the early seasons. I haven't seen the new season. They've been joints
Yo,
was
it's like
dope.
season 3 now.
It
And I
was
mean,
dope.
they doing the Red Hood.
Yeah, it's just it's hot. I need to see the new
Will,
season.
you've been checking it out?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still in season 2. I'm catching up, but
Well, you doing your
Okay.
thing. You still catching it, man. 'Cause it's pretty good.
No
know?
doubt, no
I
doubt.
don't know why. So they doing like animations and the Titans really dope. Why they have such a hard time with the movies, live action movies? I can't seem
I
to understand
mean,
that.
I think the
they
problem
chose
is
dark.
You think it's too dark? But I mean, the Zack Snyder, I mean, his version, his cut was dope. I mean, dark and all, but they had issues and all that stuff. But
Look
outside
at
that,
the Hit Squad. Is that
I,
what
I
it's
didn't
called?
see I didn't see the talking about the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, the new one. They revamped it. They went in a different direction. It was
Yeah, I hadn't yet to see that one yet.
you got to check it out.
I'll
It,
check
it
it.
actually I had kind of Marvel vibes. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
well,
Yeah.
you know, James Gunn came from Marvel and he went ahead and directed that joint. But yeah, I thought the Suicide Squad was good. We talked about it a couple episodes ago. I thought it was excellent.
Yeah, I'm just glad
Um
Will Smith wasn't in it.
yeah, true indeed, true indeed. Another show that's been hopping up on Netflix. Everybody been kind of into it. I watched a little bit of it. Squid Game. Anybody
That,
watch that?
nah, I never even heard of it until you guys was talking about
I'm literally watching it right now. It's playing in the background.
Squid Game.
So I'm gonna tell you, it's a Korean show, right?
Okay.
So it's taking place in South Korea. And I'm gonna be real. When I saw it, I thought it was a literal like reality show. So I turned it on thinking it was gonna be a reality show. It ended up being like a movie. And for real, it was kind of crazy. But it pulls you in, like it's just like, whoa, what the hell is going on? So it's mainly about, you know, people in crazy situations being drawn to this game, but then they find out that the stakes are for real. So if you playing these kids games and if you ain't, you know, with it, guess what? You ain't gonna be with nothing else.
Don't tell them too much, but I will say this. And you know, if you don't want to spoil it, cover your ears because I'm at episode 6, but I have not seen a single squid yet. You know, I'm like they call it Squid Game, really damn squids, but you know, whatever.
Oh jeez.
Yeah, no
Never
doubt, no doubt.
Title, I guess.
So for y'all that don't know, my cousin Will, he is like the ultimate music guy. He knows about music. He's on top of it. He's all over music. So Will, what's going on in the world of music right now?
In the world of music,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Any new things drop?
I'm a hip hop head, so you know, Hitler Wears Hermes 8 has come out by West Side Gun.
Okay.
If you grew up in the 90s golden era of hip hop, it's definitely that type of vibe. There was some new Eric Bellinger that came out. That was a pretty good listen. A lot of smooth joints on there. I don't know. There's a lot of music I'm anticipating come out.
Okay, like what?
I heard Frank Ocean is working on a project.
Shucks. You hear about Fuji's trying to make a comeback, right?
Yeah, the Fugees are touring. They kicked off the tour last Thursday in New York, but didn't announce.
Wait, all the Fugees?
Yeah, they all of them. They came back together to do some sort of tour. But yo, they was doing a concert in somewhere in New York, and they was late for like 3 hours, and they got booed off the stage. You know, and Lauryn Hill was like, "Yo, we here. We try to teach y'all knowledge and blah blah blah." They was like, "Get the fuck out of here." You know, you don't keep a bunch of New Yorkers waiting, especially for 3 hours. We got places to go, we got money to make, and people to smash. So don't be having us waiting 3 hours on some bullshit.
And you know, Lauryn Hill already built up that reputation for being late to her own show.
Yeah, man.
Did you hear her verse on King's Disease 2?
Yeah. I heard that.
Yeah, man. She trying to make a comeback, man. You know, kids are grown out the house. Time to make that money again.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. That was funny.
But you know, also in music industry, you know, what happened with Pop Smoke's grave, man?
Yeah, apparently somebody violated his grave when he wasn't buried. He's like in some sort of tomb. They cracked the shit open. I think they like actually pulled out his casket and like urinated on it or something. It was terrible, man. That's crazy shit.
Damn, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Man, sorry to hear that. You know, rest in peace. And you know, man, condolences to his family still. Like
that's hate, man. That's some serious,
that's just some disturbing stuff.
Disturbing hate shit, man. But you know, it's the world we live in.
Yeah, unfortunately, you know, but on a lighter note, you know, just really glad to have my brother Will on the mic, man.
Yeah, dude.
That's what's up.
Happy to be here.
That's what's up.
You know, so Will, you know, you're a man of many topics. I mean, what's one thing that's really grinding at you right now?
I feel like the stock market and the economy is teetering on the edge of a cliff, and not that many people are even, you know, aware of what's going on. Like financial markets around the world are very shaky. The fear index is high, and you know,
the FUD.
Yeah, it just, I don't know. I feel like there's a disconnect in the world, and there's a company, Palantir. They do a lot of government stuff. They handle a lot of their top secret information and data. And they recently bought 50 million in physical gold. And questioned about it, the CEO said they're preparing for a Black Swan event. So I'm wondering what this Black Swan event is. And I'm like, damn, 50 million in gold. I'm trying to see what I could scratch up. I might get a couple of coins. I don't know. But
must be something bad, because anything black is bad.
Yeah, wonder why, right?
Yeah.
They might be Hillary Swanking. They might be doing a different Black Swan. I don't know. But they're preparing for something as a company, and they handle the top secret data. What do they know?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, they based out of Pentagon City, right? Like right over there around Arlington, right over there.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually knew someone that worked for them. Indian American guy owns that business. He lost his leg, I think, in the military. I think he was a Navy dude. But yeah, either way. What's up?
I guess he ain't trying to kick it.
No, stupid dude. He's stupid.
Either way,
that's what's up. I love it.
Yo, but either way, we out here. Episode 22. Guess what?
Deuce. That's what's up.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap, Jack.
Thank you, Will, for coming out, being part of it. Big Buff, appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Peace to everybody, man.
Another one in the wrap.
In the raps. All right. Peace out.
Peace out.